Whoops. Shame. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. Welcome to the Monday box office report. That's right. Usually when there's a holiday on a Monday, I don't do the box office report till Monday, just to see how it does on the full 4-day weekend. And obviously we had we had a big movie that was coming out this week, and it was weird. Very weird. We'll talk about it once we get there. If you need my box office video, I give the top 5 domestic earners, and then of course I talk about the international because that is becoming way important. So here we go, guys. Coming in number 5 in its third week, Life of the Party, and it made $6.9 million over the 4-day weekend or 3-day weekend, bringing that grand total to $40.9 million domestically, and then overall it's made $46.8. And I can't, the budget had to be half that, so it looks like that was another success for Melissa McCarthy and her husband. Coming to number 4, a sleeper hit, I guess you could say, Book Club, starring, various actresses that we all know. $12.5 million over the 3-day weekend, bringing that domestic grand total to $34.9 million. And you better believe that it wasn't, again, probably like in the low teens for the budget. So there you go, little sleeper hits. Coming to number 3, 5 weeks strong, Avengers Infinity War, and it made $21.2 million over the weekend. The domestic grand total is $626.4 million. Yeah, it's big time. It's like $200 million behind Force Awakens. So I thought it was going to have more legs here, but apparently not. But it's at $1.9 billion. It is knocking on that door of $2 billion. It might make it. It might make it. I mean, it's less than $100 million. So we'll see what happens. It might reach that $2 billion mark. I want to see it do it. I just do. Why not? Coming to number 2, it was number 1 last week, and it kind of took a dip, took a pretty sizable dip. Deadpool 2. I actually saw it again over the weekend, and of course, it was fantastic. I still think I like the first one better, though. $55 million over the weekend, bringing that domestic grand total to $219.7 million, and it's right knocking on a $500 million door. We got a $499.4 million, so it'll definitely reach that at $500 million mark, and I would say that's a success. And keep on going, Reynolds and crew. Keep on making these movies. And now number 1, which glad to see it's number 1, but whoa, did it underperform. Solo, a Star Wars story. That's right, $103 million over the 3-day weekend. I mean, it only made like $83 million over like the normal weekend, which is just crazy. And they weren't buying it in China. That's for damn sure, and it's so reversed. It's weird. People just did not want this, because usually the foreign box office is, it's always like 60-40 or 70-30, but it's actually 61.3 to 38.7 in the foreign box office. 65 million, that's it. So it opened worldwide at 168 million. That is pretty poor. That's not good. That's just interesting, and I'm surprised. I mean, it was tracking at 150 million, of course. The tracking was all screwed up for, it seems like. Whoever's doing that, they've been pretty off lately. Or maybe it's always been off and I just haven't noticed it. But, I mean, I'm probably going to do a video like, hey, what happened in this, talk about the box office of everything. But, I mean, I know the excitement level for this movie wasn't there. And being, having one blockbuster after the other, coming out. And it just, that probably had something to do with it. And like I said, it was just, I mean, I've joked that nobody's wanted this movie, and that's true. A lot of people didn't want the movie, but I was still hyped to see it. But I must say, I was hyped more at the beginning of the year than I was when leading up to it. Like, I had it in my top 10 anticipated movies, and I was hyped for it. And I was glad to see footage, but it just seemed like nothing was full on grabbing me. I mean, the trailers and everything, got me a little hyped. But for some reason, as it just grew closer, my excitement levels kind of went down. And I think like actual Star Wars fans were kind of just feeling the same way. When Rogue One was going to come out, people were excited. But when this one came out, it wasn't so much. And maybe they should have delayed it to November or December. Honestly, they probably should have. Who knows? I mean, there's so many factors. And there's so much of this, that, and this. And, of course, not everybody was all about it, too. So it didn't get the good word of mouth or anything. It's just a lot of factors. And, hey, every franchise is going to have their stinkers, right? So, and don't, if you didn't like the fact that when DCEU or any other movie in a franchise didn't do well and people go, oh, they're in trouble. Oh my God. Don't act like that just because this is happening. Okay. Don't be like, it's my turn now. Now I could be the asshole. Don't do that. Please don't do that. This is Star Wars. If they're going to have one that underperformed, guess what? It's going to continue on, and there's probably going to be more, and who knows if what they're going to do with the Solo sequel, because they already had plans for that. They should just make it a Lando movie with Solo in it. That's just my opinion. Anyways, let me know your thoughts about it down below, guys. What do you think about the box office? What did you see over the extended weekend? Hit that like, thumbs up button, and if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel. Visit filmjunkie.com for all my content, and of course, shirts and stickers right there in the closet, guys. Talk to you later.